Please adjust your remote sensing channels and sensors in order to receive an urgent message in the telepathic witch network. This message is in German. Would you like a translation? Merry meet, bright blessings, brothers and sisters of the art. I pray this message finds you safe, sated, and in good spirits on this Sabbath. I pray this message reaches you in time for every one of you to save yourselves and our craft from this assault by the enemies of magic. You see, as I sent this message from the Imperial Lordship of Wiesensteig in southwestern Germany, our coven is under attack by witch hunters. At present, I am wearing a cloak of invisibility, so the witch hunters cannot see me, at least not yet. Alarmingly, tragically, the witch hunters have with malice set fire to our apothecary here, and the cleansing learn root I carry in my amulet was only enough for the briefest cover. Thus I must relay this message quickly before the spell wears off and I am discovered. Also, I must ration my potions so that I can do as much to save my fellow coveners in the throes of this assault. As you might surmise, this attack has caught us off guard. We were in a Sabbath mood and our defenses were down, and we left our libraries and apothecaries unprotected. I have gathered as much information about these witch hunters as possible to guide you in averting a similar assault. From what I can gather, the attacks have been catalyzed by the recent destabilization of the ascendancy and dominance of the Roman Catholic Church. A fierce rivalry has been set in motion between the Catholics and the new sect, which call themselves Protestants. Desperate not to lose their grip on power, the powers that be have made it their mission to ferret out anyone they deem guilty of heresy. Thus, we witches once again made the scapegoat by those who distort the powers of magic. The wide circulation of your book titled The Malleus Maleficarum by a new device, a machine that makes it possible for the non-magics to reproduce a book at a much more rapid pace than the mortal hand, has placed this book in many hands, a text that attributes evils of many wide varieties to our kind. This hammer of witches' book has rekindled and fanned the flames of resentment, jealousy, fear, and envy of our powers, and spread all shades of slander against our kind. Foremost, that we are responsible for the bitterly cold weather that has cursed the land with lean harvests, blighted crops, and widespread famine. Infuriatingly, I know, especially in light of all our appeals to the goddess witch hunters allege that we practice our craft with malevolent intentions, charging us with being in cahoots with Satan and engaging in cannibalistic sacrifices of unbaptized children to the dark angel. They have been spreading rabble-rousing rumors that we witches offer ourselves in carnal relations to demons and incubi, that we steal milk and slight cattle, cast spells that make both men and women infertile, and most outrageous of all, spread rumors that we remove, pilfer, and collect male reproductive organs, which we purportedly keep in birds' nests as our pets. Whatever we want with those is beyond me. But according to this Heinrich Kramer character, the author of this text, who claims to be an expert on witches, all witchcraft allegedly comes from carnal lust, which in women is insatiable. In old Heine's book, we witches are nothing but lascivious. In any case, all these falsehoods put folks into a frenzied hysteria, and they have demanded that we be brought to justice for crimes we have not committed. Under other circumstances, this would be a comedy of errors. This would all be rather humorous, if not for the fact that they are demanding that we all be burnt alive. And if they weren't stripping us of all of our magical powers by destroying our apothecaries, our libraries, these witch hunters mean business. They are delusional, greed, tormented and goaded by demons. They are rather bloodthirsty. Some are convinced they have orders from God to hunt and destroy our kind. They are blinded by a fanatical fear that their faith is under attack. Some of them pursue us for gold, for the Roman Church and the local authorities have offered great rewards and placed enticing bounties on our heads, some that far exceed a year's salary for most of these men. The rest have been radicalized by some unresolved resentments of womankind. There are many among the hunters who are simply spurned lovers, loveless and not by their own choice. These by far are the most brutal and ravenous for our blood. Whatever their motive, whatever their cause, their universal rallying cry that we are enemies of the Church, and they proclaim, "Thou shalt not allow a witch to live. Thou shalt not suffer They have caught every witch of our coven in the throes of witchcraft this evening. Then it does not bode well for any of us. However, we, the witches of Wiesensteig, are transmitting this warning so that you can prepare in advance. With the mercy of the goddess, there may still be time for your coven to take the necessary precautions and launch a defensive campaign. I shall relate to you everything I have learned about these witch hunters, so that you can thatch together the most effective defensive strategy. I encourage you to make meticulous notes and disseminate this information immediately to every coven within our witches' telepathic network. To my knowledge, the witch hunters have no knowledge of our secret communication network. They are too fixated on finding witch marks on our flesh, fur, teeth, and the like, and discovering our secret caches of flying ointment for our broomsticks to gain any sense of what we are really all about. I must emphasize, as aforementioned, not all witch hunters are cut from the same cloth. Hence, you will need to craft 3 different types of traps to ensnare or pursue you. Each trap will need to be specially crafted to extinguish the 3 types of embers that fuel the misguided passions and zealotry of these men. I shall begin with the mercenaries, the venal, money-hungry brand of witch hunter, because from what I have observed, they will be the simplest to throw off your scent. Think of this lot as hunters in search of meat, a meal. They are treasure hunters, motivated by nothing but the lust for a bit of coin. Thus, it is wisest to throw in their path exactly what they seek. They are hunting gold, so you must give them gold, enough of it to send them into retirement, to a life of decadent degeneracy. This is the sort of trap you need to set on the trail to your covenstead for this type of witch hunter. This is the sort of trap you need to set for them on the trail to your covenstead. Scatter throughout the forest, along the paths, on the outermost bounds of your covenstead, treasure maps. Yes, treasure maps. The older they appear, the better. They must have marks that suggest authenticity. Imbue them with the most alluring of magic, mystique, and mystery. Scatterbones, about to conjure up an air of danger for the adventurers of heart, create a tableau of great rivalry, cutthroat pursuit of treasure beyond Aladdin's wildest dreams. It views in these treasure maps the most compelling of promises. And then you must deliver. Lead your pursuers to treasure. And if the hard readings of this brand of witch hunter are accurate, they will trouble you no more, at least for a great while. You must deliver. You must deliver. Spare no expense and use only the finest ingredients in your alchemical potions and transmutations of lead to gold. Surrender your most precious gems to them, for not only are your lives at stake, but also the secrets of magic and the future of our crown. Sacrificing your most precious gems is a gift to your scion, to posterity. And take heart, the good goddess will surely reward you 7 times for what you must surrender for this cause. Excuse me for a moment. I can sense that my invisibility tells me. This is the last of it, so I mustn't tarry now to give you all the information you need to save Witchkind. Right, where was I? Yes. Simultaneous to getting the venal mercenary gold hunters off your trail by planting gems and jewels, gold, you must set traps for those seeking glory. The glory that only comes with the childish demonstrations of manhood. This brand of witch hunter, the unlucky in love, the emasculated, is in search of many lost things, a lost ego, a lost love. Propelled by some personal vendetta against womankind, they are tireless, dogged in their pursuit of the vengeance, retribution that they believe will restore their manhood and heal their member and their heart. I haven't had much time to think about this, but my intuition tells me that neither valorous victories nor rivers of blood of innocent witches will quench the appetites of this brand of witch hunter. Thus, I suggest a different task. I believe it would be wise to consult your grimoires and put into action every love spell for the broken-hearted you can dig up. While those who have not love seek glory, it's also true that nothing softens a hardened heart like the warming flames of new love. To foil this brand of witch hunter, you would do well to restore their faith and hope in love. The perfect strategy for stymieing this type of witch hunter may very well be a full assault on their memories. Conjure and concoct charms that will activate long-buried memories of the sweet of love. Use every aphrodisiac you could get your hands on and draw forward their warmest, fondest, purest memories of love. Infuse the forests of your covenstead with the all-permeating aromas of the sense of childhood and of love. Pumpkin, lavender, vanilla, and ginger. Draw the child and young, tarnished lover, and all those who set foot on the path to your covenstead. Spritz and sprinkle the leaves, the trees, the forest floor, the fragrances of jasmine, rose, ambrette, saffron, and sandalwood. Anything to remind these witch hunters of their most precious and purest childhood loves, the lost love of their youth. Aromas and fragrances to take them back to that time when their heart was unscarred, and to restore them to the person they were before their heart was unshadowed by doubts about the power of love. I repeat, do everything in your power to restore their faith and hope in love, to avert the cruelty that we are experiencing now, here at our covenstead. I believe the spell is waning. It is wearing off. I tarried too long. I left the most urgent advice until too late. I left the most urgent advice until too late. And I haven't had a chance to tell you about the most monstrous type of these witch hunters, the ones who are running amok in a frenzied, delusional state. There may be no hope for them, I fear. I do not know what you can do about zealots. You will not be able to reason with them, nor will you be able to convert them. Perhaps nothing can be done about or with them. Perchance they can be distracted onto a greater cause if they can be convinced that Satan is working harder in some other capacity, in some other realm. Perhaps you can use the old con of divide and conquer and turn them on themselves. I don't know. Maybe plant evidence that witches they seek are amongst them and set them to destroying themselves. Or tie them up in a war of words amongst themselves, send them off ranting in a rivalry of texts. Yes. Perhaps a war of words will distract them, delay them. But that would require someone compose something as compelling as Malleus Maleficarum, something to get them quibbling about angels on the head of a pin type minutiae. And the more minute the minutiae, the better, I would imagine. I don't know. Get them bickering about devil marks, bickering about how many deeds for which hand. I'm afraid I cannot be of much help when it comes to the zealots of the church. If what I have suggested fails, as I suspect it will, you may have no other choice but to use your most perniciously powerful spell to delay them, whilst you and your coven pull up stakes under the cover of night. Do not stand your ground. This kind is merciless and simply unreasonable. So know when it's necessary to hightail it to someone else more receptive and tolerant of our craft and of magic. Remember, the primary goal is your survival and the survival of our craft. To be sure, to ensure the magic lives on. I'm sorry, do not judge me a coward, but I cannot miss torturing all the secrets of our craft from me. The secrets of our craft must go with me. I will do my best to transmit everything I know to you through the telepathic witch network once I have reached Summerland. Goodbye and good luck.